How long do they last? So what I do full coverage zirconia crowns, which means it covers the front, the sides, and the back of a tooth. So that in and of itself is going to make them last longer than veneers, because veneers are only covering the front, and along the seams then where it kind of gets around to the backside that you can't see, like you can get like that seam is like exposed to the elements, and so you can have problems there and you really never even knew it because it was on the back side of your tooth. So with the full coverage crowns, it kind of like it cups the whole tooth, and then the seam is actually under the gum line, so everything you're eating is not like being like, you know, it's not really like firing away at that seam where it does connect to the tooth. So that makes them last even longer. Zirconia in and of itself is really, really, really like the strongest material you can put in the mouth. Like genuinely look it up. You bang it with a hammer, you know, it's just meant to just take on the world. One time I had one in my mouth, and I hadn't cemented it yet because I was wanting to try some other products. And so, okay, I had like 6 of them in my mouth without cement under them, because I was just like trying to find another lab that I like wanted to try out before I just permanently cemented my own on. And one time I was eating, and this one that kept coming out easier than the rest, it came out while I was chewing food, and all of a sudden it like crushed like everything. Everyone at the table was like, "Oh, what happened?" And I was expecting to pull out of my mouth like a bunch of pieces of my crown, or maybe even pieces of other teeth, because it was just such a loud sound of a crunch. And I pulled out the crown, and there was not a scratch on it. And all the rest of my other teeth, which were also, you know, I have zirconia crowns on them, none of them were damaged at all. And everybody just could not believe that, you know, that this tooth, this crown that came off, that's hollowed out, when it does come off of the tooth, it did not even cave in or crush at all. It was still in the perfect condition. I was like, dang, these things are, yeah. So they are strong. The question really comes down to like, how strong are the teeth like underneath it? So if your tooth is kind of shit underneath it, I will remove all that shit and put a crown on it. And sometimes I'll even connect 2 crowns together so that it has the support of another crown, but even though they look like they're apart. But yeah, no, it'll last a long, long time. You'll probably have your best chance, you know, with crowns than almost anything else. So.